the SLA committee. I have Brian Pape, Carter Booth, Eric Olson, Dr. Shirley Smith, and Katie Bordenaro, also from the committee. Everybody here should have signed in. Sign-in sheets are up here if you're here from the public and wish to speak on an application. There are speaker cards here, just fill one out and hand it to me. So what we'll do is I'll call up the applicants. Their agendas up here as well. I will be taking things out of order. So I'll call up the application. When I call you up, please come up. You can use the microphone up here and speak into the microphone, present your application. We'll go to the committee for any questions and comments. And once we're finished, we will go to the public. We'll hear from everybody from the public, and then the applicant can come back up and address anything that was raised. I'm going to ask that there's no back and forth. Everybody is speaking to the committee and that everybody's polite to each other. And make sure you use the microphones. We have to use the microphones. So that's it. I think that I will start with Selene and Hemera LLC, doing business as REI at 142 Sullivan Street. This is a restaurant wine. It was not marked correctly on our agenda initially, so just want to clarify that. There's an extra microphone on the table. You can use either one you want to use, but because sometimes it might need to be turned on because sometimes both people start talking and that way you each have a microphone.
Is this working?
Yeah, it's working.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, everybody. Donald Bernstein on behalf of the applicant. With me is Ryan Nuremberg, who is one of the principals, along with his wife, of Selene and Hemera, which is going to be they will be opening a Japanese restaurant right across the street at 142, is it? 142 Sullivan Street. Ryan and his wife currently live in Japan. Ryan's going to be moving here in January. We'll be here for a couple of years. They have a number of restaurants there, so they've been in the business for a number of years, and they will be opening a new small Japanese restaurant. It will be beer and wine only. This is not an OP. It is just beer and wine with a temporary permit, and they hope to open in February. It's small space. I know you're familiar with it. It's about 750 square feet, and the total seating is about 24 patrons. Hours will be closing at 11 p.m. There'll be no outdoor space. There's no room on the sidewalk. Ryan has no interest in putting in any roadbed seating. It will be background recorded music only. This space has some history. I know you're familiar with it. The prior operator was before you, I think a number of times. They were at the State Liquor Authority. They were denied. While they had beer and wine, their operation was a little different from what I read. At one point, they were asking for DJ and live music and some other operational things that we're not interested in. Ultimately, they signed a stipulation with you back in September of 2020. We have reviewed that stipulation. We are aware of some of the issues and concerns. We're aware of the issues relating to the hallway that you leave our space from in order to get down to the storage below. There are specific restrictions in the prior stipulation regarding the use of that. Ryan is agreeable to adhering to that, which specifically includes keeping the use of that to a minimum, not using that common hallway between midnight and 8 a.m., and the food and prep would be brought up early in the day, and then anything that goes down would go down at the end of the day, so there would not be constant people going back and forth. So all of those terms are agreeable. We did do some outreach. We emailed the organizations. I think we asked you, Donna, or the office for some names. We contacted those people. I think Ryan spoke to a neighbor just when he got here today.
I've been opening the door each day, and in that respect, as people walked around the community and have dropped in, I've said hello. I've been greeting, and finding out if any people had any issues. And so far, that hasn't been the case. So.
Just want to address one point in terms of hours. So we're going to be applying for 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So can't get much earlier than that. When he first opens, he is just going to open for dinner. It's going to take some time before he opens at 11, but we can't agree to the language that when we open, we will open 11, but we don't want to come back. We don't want to come back in 6 months or 12 months. So we are
I
going to
got
be
it.
asking for
I'll
11.
just change it
Yeah,
to
okay. That
whatever.
would be
that
great.
just says you're going to do that, but
That
you're
would
not
be great.
doing it now. Yep. Okay. So one of my questions, I think you answered, you are using the basement, but you're not licensing the basement.
Correct.
So that the food prep is there. I was just curious because it's an extensive menu and I was just trying to figure out,
The food prep will be done in the restaurant itself.
okay,
We would like to keep food down there.
Right.
So our frozen things like that. I don't foresee going back and forth. It's just when we're prepping that day, we'll take those, whether they're cans or whether they're something that's been in the stalker, we'll take it from there and bring it up and then prepare it there in the restaurant. So we don't see going back and forth.
okay. And then I was going to put in the stipulation about using an electronic reservation system so that there are no lines outside in the hopes that you're busy because it's such a tiny place, so that you can alert people when their table is ready if it's not ready when they come. So they're not waiting.
I definitely plan to use a system. Is that to say that I can't have anyone walk in off the street?
No.
Okay.
It's just so that they're not waiting on
Sure,
the street,
sure.
that you can
No.
tell them, go ahead and we'll call you or something like that when
A-
your table's ready.
And it's actually set up such that we have cameras that I can see from within the restaurant if
Okay.
someone's coming to the door. I've been in situations before where I've locked it after all the reservations got there. I would prefer to avoid that. Hence the reason why I would like the ability, should I have an open table, that people come in, but I will be using a reservation system extensively.
Okay. Is anybody from the committee have any questions? Katie?
Okay, so I don't see your wife's name on the papers. Is she partner or what's the story on that?
She's there, right?
Her name is Narumi Ochi.
Where, I don't know, mine has got 2 front pages, that my packet is a little funny. Okay, thank you.
Her name is on there. It's
Yes.
there.
She's
I see it now. Okay, thank you. Oh, I wondered where that door marked employees only went. Now I understand. But we didn't get a did we get a diagram of the basement space?
No, because it's not part of the licensed space.
Aha.
We're only
How
licensed in the
much
ground
space
floor.
how much space do you have down there? Do you think?
I would say it's roughly 300 square feet.
So, okay, about half the size of the restaurant. And I didn't see well, I think online I saw the letter of no objection. Is that where, Don, is that where I saw it? I don't see a certificate of occupancy here.
We sent it to the office. It may not be here.
There's a letter of no objection from 2021.
Yes.
That
Okay,
was,
so I did see
it
that.
may
There's-
not
well,
be
there
in
was
the
a C of
original
O.
from the old application we had, I think. I'm not sure that it was in.
There was an old C of O that said stores then, and I think the last owner got a letter of no objection.
Okay, and then also, I see you're going to have some private parties. Private parties, you indicate, what's your, what are you thinking about with that?
I am thinking that realistically, once a month, I might have a private party that would want to come in and do a private gathering for Japanese food in that sense. So I wouldn't call it a party. I would just call it a gathering of individuals who want to rent out the whole place.
So not more than 12 a year, not more than
I would prefer to say twice a month max.
24 a year. Okay.
So can we just say 24
Yeah.
year?
Yeah, I'm just going to say 24 a year
Okay.
because
Yeah, I'm
you
fine with
might want 3
that.
on.
I don't, it's a small place, so I don't really necessarily see a lot of those inquiries coming.
Okay. Anybody else from the committee have anything? No. Okay. I have people from the public, so I'll have them. Michelle Landers. Just wait to speak until you come up and you have the microphone. State your name first. and then
I'm
go ahead.
Michelle Landers. I
Okay.
met with Ryan just yesterday, and I don't know, I thought he was very straightforward about what he wanted to do with the restaurant, and I think it's going to be a great addition to the block. My only concern is that the hours that they mentioned, which is predicated on the 11 to 11 Isaiah thing. Isaiah was never open Monday and Tuesday. I had to go back into Instagram to find out because their website's gone. But they were never, I just for the record went, Isaiah was never open Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
They closed 9, 10, or 12, depending, no, sorry, 9, 10, or 10:30. One day they were open until 10:30 p.m. But normally they would open at 12. And I think, I'm so sorry, I'm
That's all right.
discombobulated. But they were not open earlier than 12 p.m.
Okay.
So I just want that stated for the record.
Okay. Is there an objection to the
No.
11 to, okay, that's.
No.
All right, good.
Okay, I think that's all I need to say.
Okay, hang on one second. Dr. Smith has a question for you.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Where do you live?
I live just above and next to 142 Sullivan. I'm at 140 Sullivan
Thank you.
Street. You're welcome.
Did you talk to any of the other neighbors that are right there?
I did. I talked to a few neighbors. A lot of them were busy. It was kind of short notice and
Yeah.
a very, as you can imagine, busy week. So I think I got, I gathered all the information that they wanted me to present or the questions that they had. And I just gave them a report after I met with Ryan. So they're
Okay.
informed and there's somebody here tonight, but nobody has given me any feedback from that.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
Great, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for coming. Okay. Anybody else here on this application? No? Okay. And nobody else from the committee has any? All right.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Thanks for the outreach and get you stipulate, and the closing times mean the closing times. Or, I just wanted to make sure he knew that when we say all patrons out, it means 11 is all patrons out. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. Is anybody here from 169 Thompson Restaurant and Major? Okay, we'll do that and then.
Good evening. I'm Will Nazar. I'm the chief.
Not,
Oh,
or
this-
make sure it's on. There's a button there. It might. Whoa.
Hear me now?
Yes,
Great.
much better.
Okay. I'm Will Nazar. I'm the chief development officer and partner at Major Food
Could
Group.
you state your name one more time?
Will Nazar.
Okay, thank you. Yep.
Nazar. I apologize. I left him in the subway. I'm sorry. I'm very embarrassed about it. I I literally went to FedEx and printed them all right before and then left it on the
Oh,
train.
no.
So I apologize about that.
Okay. I can.
I can
give
get
you-
my laptop for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are applying for 169 Thompson, which was formerly our restaurant, ZZ's Clam Bar. We moved ZZ's to Hudson Yards, and we surrendered the liquor license, reconcepted, and we're now applying as the Clam Bar, a new concept, a seafood-focused, very small restaurant. We're applying for beer, wine, and liquor. And basically just running essentially the same hours and same concept. So it would be 5 p.m. to 12 a.m., Monday through Friday. Excuse me. Completely reservation-based with an online system. We will have doorman/security in front, no outdoor seating, no plan of outdoor seating or desire for it, live background music. I think that's everything.
No TVs.
No TVs.
No outside.
Right.
Private parties 4 times.
When, yeah, when
maximum
desired.
per year.
It was always a pretty popular spot for them. So,
48. I
Yeah.
think that's what was in your application. 48. It's how many seats are in this space? It's
12.
it's 12 seats. Let's see what else. There's a cellar. Let me just look at that.
there is a cellar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's the only thing that we did have a question on. So to access the cellar, you go through one vestibule.
So we actually changed it, based on the comments from previous. So we added a door in the restaurant that goes directly to the cellar. So there's no,
So there's no crossover anymore into that. So
Yeah.
you have direct access.
we
You're
used,
not,
yeah, we used to have a window and now we added a door to meet the new codes.
okay. And then do the residents of the building
No.
overlap at all with that? So you
We have
go,
a locked vestibule that's
Locked vestibule.
only ours.
okay. And then there's no patron use of the cellar. Okay. And there's no takeout window. That was from the past thing or anything else. So I'm just gonna, before you go on to that, I'm gonna ask about Carbone
Yes,
and the roadbed
yes.
structure,
So-
gorgeous roadbed structure that is there with an air conditioner, closed doors, music, wait staff, white
Correct.
tablecloths and everything else. It's supposed to be
So that
gone.
is being, yes, we misunderstood a little bit the,
Do you misunderstand it? I mean, I know who your lawyer is. So it's hard to say you misunderstood.
so what we didn't consult him, unfortunately, which is why he's yelling at me now. But we understood it as November 30th was the last day. We are now going to have it removed at 9 a.m. This coming Monday morning.
Okay. All right. That was my question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify your questionnaire, and maybe the chair knows the answer. Variously says, it says 12 a.m., but on Mondays it says 12 p.m. I'm assuming that's a typo?
That is
Okay,
typo, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to, anybody else have a question, Katie?
So did you say 1 a.m. when you started presenting to us?
I said 12 a.m.
So it's 12 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. And we found out at the private business plan. But what about the basement? How are you separate? Are you
I believe
separating?
Ms. Rafferty just asked about that, but I think that we built a new door and new vestibule that separates it from the building.
I asked about the basement. And
answered- I answered
that's,
about-
it's both? You did upstairs and downstairs separated?
So are you the only person that has use
You're
of the
the only person
basement?
that has access to the
The
basement.
upstairs people do not have
Correct.
use of the
Yes.
basement.
Okay, well,
It's
that's.
Fully our
just-
space, yes.
Okay, that's what I was
Understood,
getting at.
yep.
Yeah, thank you. And what was the result of your community outreach?
We had, no one came to, we had hosted a meeting on October 18th and no one attended.
Okay. And did you include a certificate of occupancy or anything like that?
Yes, the building has one.
Okay, I'm looking in the packet to see.
I'm sure it's there, but if not, we'll have the lawyers send it to you.
Um,
And as far as your question,
We don't see it.
okay, I'll have them send it to you. I apologize. Yep.
Okay.
We
Dr.
we posted signs, all on all surrounding blocks and then, and emailed all of the neighborhood. There's obviously no neighborhood association for that street in particular, but we emailed all the nearby ones.
There is. Which one is it? Oh, Bamra. Yeah,
Which one?
Bamra.
We emailed them too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was all in that package somewhere. Yeah, community
saw the
outreach.
Bamra
There's a whole
email.
bunch of community outreach in there.
I saw the Bammer email.
I just wanted to thank you guys for reducing your hours of operation because you're reducing them 2 hours, which is pretty significantly. There is a C of O, I'm looking at it right now, that's online. And thank you for staying and keeping the storefront full.
Our pleasure.
And thank you for wearing that excellent jacket.
I wore it for you.
Okay, I think that does it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Huh? Monday, 9 a.m. We'll be there for the, you might have been able to use that air conditioning the past couple of days. I don't know. Okay, the next one's going to be Petrossian Boutique. And this is an on-premise bottle club. I'm okay, there's nothing new, right?
Coming, apparently. I didn't have one for 15 years. Okay, this is, as Donna said, a bottle club license, which you should be familiar with because at least I know I was here on one 3 or 4 months ago for Tourneau. The bottle club license, just to refresh your recollection, is for space that is not selling any wine or beer or alcoholic beverages. It allows a store, typically a dry store, but in this case, a Caviar store, to be able to offer a drink without charge to a customer who is coming in. So that's what we are doing. Sergey is with Petrossian, which, as you know, is a caviar and gourmet food store and business that has been in business for 100 years. That is family owned. I think the current owners are the grandchildren of the original owner. They're in New York, Paris, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Brussels, and a number of other locations. The New York store just sells caviar. It doesn't have other prepared gourmet foods or any of the offerings of some other locations. And they want the ability of someone, if you are coming in and you are sampling caviar and are going to make a purchase, which I found out, guess how much is the highest end of a kilo of caviar?
Go ahead.
Take a guess. A kilo, which is this big? Kilo of caviar, top
A lot.
price.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Carter? What do you
One-
say? A lot? That's
One million?
$18,000.
Okay.
So if you're
They'd
spending
like
that
to-
much
they'd like to
money
Have a cocktail.
and you would like a glass of champagne, we would be very happy to give it to you. So that is all it's about. We do have some seating, which is interestingly required for bottle club license. You have to have seats and tables available. So we
And
will have
bathroom?
two
You have to
tables.
have a
That's by
bathroom?
statute.
And the bathroom?
There's a bathroom in the cellar. So like any license, we have to request a waiver. The store's been open for how long? It's been open for a year. So, and I'm told that there aren't many people. If there are 3 or 4 customers at one time in the store, that's busy. So if we're offering customers a drink, the store is staffed. We'll see who's there. We'll see who's ordering a drink. It's obviously no one's coming to Petrossian to just have a drink. And if that's what they're coming for, they'll probably be politely told this is not the place. The hours, I just want to make an addition to what we told you. The hours of the store, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. during the week, and on Sunday from noon to 6 p.m. There may be private events from time to time. Again, the space is pretty small. What's the maximum occupancy? About how many? Less than 70, but you never had that many people in. The only private event they've had so far is for their opening. And annually, on the anniversary of their opening, they're going to have an event, and they may have a couple of more. So when there's an event, they are going to be open till as late as 10 p.m. But day to day, and we can put a cap of 24, the same one we could say no more than 24 private events a year. And I don't think they're ever even going to reach that. But during the events, they'd be open till 10. Any other night when they're just in the ordinary course of business, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. on Sundays. And I think that's it. That's all I have.
And it's just background music. And
Just
there's no
background
TVs.
music, no
Okay.
outdoor space.
So I have the same question that I emailed you about. So maybe we can just look at this floor plan because it says main entrance. It says 2 tables and one table looks like it's in the back. I'm just going by my interpretation. I'm not the architect. It looks like there's one table in the back that seems to, you get to it from the secondary entrance, and there's one table in the back of the store. So that's what I'm just trying to understand.
Yes. So the main entrance is the entrance of the boutique. The
Right,
secondary entrance on this plan is not going to be used at all.
okay,
It's for the rest of the building, for
to
the
go
other floors.
upstairs.
Exactly.
Okay, so then this table that I see in the back,
This is for private events, which is private tasting, 12, 15 people about, are around a table and we do a class, a caviar class.
and how do they access that back table? Is there,
Through the boutique. So through the boutique, you can cross all over. Those are not walls per se, it's curtains. So they
Okay,
can go
I
straight
gotcha.
through.
okay, so then the secondary entrance, is there a wall that closes off the secondary entrance
Yes,
to the
oh yeah, it didn't
back?
print here. It didn't print, but here is the elevator. I don't know if you see from.
Yeah, you can come up to me so I can, because this has been,
Here is the elevator. So that there is a wall here and there is a door here.
I see. Okay, because
didn't
that's not, I
put-
didn't scan on this. So, okay, got you. So you can access, this is the,
Through here.
through there, through the curtain. So when you have your private
We
event,
open here.
you open
and
here and here, and then this is that, and this is
Ex-
all
this
closed
is-
off. Fine, got it. Thank you. Okay, does anybody have any?
Yeah, this is interesting. The TCO is expired
we renewed it,
and,
I believe.
well, I mean, it's expired and you actually have a DOB violation that was already written for that quite some time ago.
So
The DOB violation was, which I'm looking at a copy of here, was issued on January 29th, 2009 for this specific TCO that you provided. And it looks like you have an Alt-1 pending, but it's not completed. And the most recent application looks like it was denied, or the amendment to that Alt-1.
I want to make sure on this violation, is it an elevator?
No,
Violation? No.
it's altered, changed building occupied without a valid C of O, number 102-784-854-T006, expiring December 4th, 2007, which is the TCO which you provided to us. And the remedy is obtain valid C of O, renew TCO. So,
Because we received our new TCO in August this year.
okay, I mean, that,
August
this is what
last
you
year.
provided to us, and then this
Oh.
is I'm looking at an educated violation, which had
Mhm.
which was, you paid the fine on.
Oh, yes, that's an old one. We have a new one. We wouldn't have opened.
I'll
But we have
just look and
the
get it
TCO,
up.
a new TCO since this year. We can provide you the documents. It seems. Yeah, the building has been under construction like for like 5 years, and that's why we reopened. We used the space and rented the space a year ago. But there is a TCO.
You own the building, correct? Or
I don't.
You don't, but your family or
It's related. Yeah.
Okay, so there is the TCO, and it's different, and that's what this is reflective of the Alt-1. It's actually for a retail store. It is not for what this was, which was the previous operation many, many years ago. So, okay. But it,
Good.
And there's no outdoor space
No.
that you're,
Carter, is that clear now? Is that clear?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
I did just want to say one thing. Thank you for the paper because I can read the plan of the first floor, but I still, which was very hard online, but the basement is, I don't know, it's a fog. So I really encourage you to, it's got I don't know if it's bleeding through or something, but the plan was very confusing.
it shows,
Oh, it's a so the arrow, indeed, sorry for the printing. It's for the bathrooms. It's to show you where
where
the
they are, but
bathroom-
we don't see this. See, the thing is,
It's a little hard to see.
yeah, and I mean, that you can blow up and sort of see, but the problem is really the first floor, all those fine lines don't show up, so you can't see where the stairs are. You can't see how you get to it. That would, just so we have it on file would be nice. Yeah. Okay.
I have it.
Katie, anything else? No. Anybody else from the committee have anything? No. Okay. That's it. Thank you.
very much.
Okay, and then Pyramid Effect, doing business as Fellini at 176 Seventh Avenue South. This is an alteration, and this one is a restaurant wine. They have a restaurant wine license, not an on-premise license. That was not correct.
This is Fellini at 176 Seventh Avenue South. And it is owned by Franco Noriega.
And is he here or
He
he's
is not here. The application is to approve an alteration. And the only change really is moving the bar. He moved it from one location to another. I think by my count, we did not do the original application, but from what I've seen, it looks like he may have 2 more seats than he had before, which does not qualify as an alteration, but I'm just letting you know. And that is the only change.
So that's what I was going to say. The only changes that have been done with this, all the changes specifically from the beginning, it's just moving this.
As far as I can see from the plans on file and the plans that were given to me and the work that was done.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with what about the corner space? That's the
So
coffee.
the corner space, as far as I can see, is not licensed. So if you look, which I did, again, I didn't file the application, but the floor plans, first of all, the corner space has a different address designation. It's 174, not 176. When we file applications for multiple spaces with multiple addresses, we indicate that in the application. The SLA application filed by Michael Kelly was only for 176, and the license and license certificate is issued for 176. I am told that beer and wine was never sold from that corner space, that for a while it was storage, and then it was converted to a coffee area. There is a wall on the floor plan of the original application separating what was Tivoli Fellini from the corner space, and that is still there. You cannot walk internally from what I'll call the restaurant, whatever it is, cafe, into the corner space.
So when it was originally filed, the storage was part of that.
Well, I'm not
and
sure
the
I agree with that.
pictures, okay, that's how it was presented to us, and that's what was, there's nothing saying that I mean, it's listed on the paperwork that was filed with the SLA,
So-
and there were pictures shown of the storage area.
So
So
my
that,
answer then is, if it turns out that that was licensed, we're going to remove it from the license.
okay, and then if that was not licensed, I mean, they are serving out, they have there's also a takeout service window there that he's using.
The
That-
window, what I'm told is he's not using the window. But again,
He's using the window on a daily basis. I mean, there's coffee going out of that window.
I was told the window was closed.
I think you should start going to look at these places
Well-
because the window is not closed. The
Okay.
window is open every day. to
But
serve
our
coffee.
position is that's not licensed.
But it was part of the license that was presented to us.
He's not selling.
It's right on the menu right there that says happy hour. Carter.
You'll see the beer and wine.
Well, that would be news to me.
Go, just go there.
The menu in that little corner space.
I mean,
Well,
I just wanted to say this is sorry. It's just-
He may, look, I don't know.
Second license. I'm just going to say stuff. When this is presented to us, when this was presented to us, it was presented as part of it. However the numbers work, I do know what the SLA has on it. That's how it was presented. The storage pictures were put on there and everything else. He took the whole facade of the pizza place and there are operable doors in there. There is a sidewalk cafe. He never applied for a sidewalk cafe. This open restaurant sidewalk cafe was for the pizza place. He never applied for the municipal expansion of the pizza place, but there is still a sidewalk cafe there. He still hasn't applied. I mean, he's not here to tell you if he's applied. Maybe he told you if he applied
No,
or
I kn-
not. But
As far
he's
as I
still
know-
serving wine out there as of today, outside on the sidewalk. So there is an expansion of his licensed premises, which is undisclosed to the SLA. It was never part of the application, and he's never done anything to fix that, despite, as we all know, he's fully aware that that's what you're supposed to do if you're serving out on a sidewalk. The coffee shop has an operable window. in it that is open on a daily basis, serving coffee with a happy hour special for wine at $6 with wine bottles all in it. There is a door that goes from the pizza place into the coffee shop. There is an operable door between the two places. It is not a solid wall. There is also, because my interpretation is that the coffee shop was part of this license. It was just all there with it at the same time. There's a door that goes upstairs that was undisclosed. I don't know if he uses upstairs,
What,
if he
to the second
doesn't.
floor?
Hmm?
To the second floor?
To the second
Is
floor.
that where the spa was? Is there-
That's where the laser something was years ago, was the upstairs of the video store, as Katie reminded me, where we all got our videos. So there's a door there that opens, that is being opened. I have photographs of that. I went by the other night and it's like, oh, what is that going up the stairs? So these are all, it's all connected, and he takes his sidewalk cafe and loops it around that triangle going up to Waverly Place. So if it's only the pizza area, it's curious to me how he's wrapping the same exact chairs, the same exact service, wrapping the entire thing. And the next question I have is, when we were up at the SLA last week, he said, or you said, that something was removed from Seventh Avenue. And I would like clarity on what was removed from Seventh Avenue, because there was no roadbed on Seventh Avenue to remove. So I thought maybe he was talking about
Well,
the garbage and restaurant storage containers, the metal ones that are on Waverly Place, where he is storing his restaurant supplies in addition to his garbage. So I thought, oh, maybe that's what he was talking about. So I didn't say anything, but they're still there too. So I have a lot
I'll
of
tell you what I can tell you, which is not complete answers. But I'm going to take you up. I'm going to go see the space, because I don't want to say something here or at the SLA that I don't know. So I'm going to not make representations based upon what I'm told, because we know what we're dealing with. The outdoor seating, I was told, was discontinued. I was told today, I saw today from, what's the camera when you look at the, whatever. I saw those tables. I was very surprised. They have been taken, I am told they were taken out. That was this afternoon after you were there. After you were there.
Okay.
I was told you were there.
Right.
I saw tables. I said, what are those? I said, can't have them. They have to go.
He should know he can't have.
I'm not arguing with you. Look,
And I will say the difference between today, when you saw the one row of tables, is very different than the 2 rows of tables that were there yesterday and the 3 rows of tables that were there last week, while he was fully aware of all of this stuff.
we all know what can and can't be done. I'm told after my call with him, the tables were removed. I didn't see it. I wasn't there. I was told they were removed.
I
The,
didn't go back down again on my way
Yeah.
down here tonight, so that was at
when I
4:30
saw,
today.
it was FaceTime,
Just,
FaceTime.
just for the committee's knowledge, that was at 4:30 today.
When I saw on my cell phone, the little corner space from the restaurant, it looked to me as though there was a closet separating the two. Now, if there's a door between it, I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I think you
It
have to
didn't look
go,
to me as though there was.
there's a closet, that closet, if you open that closet, is what goes upstairs.
I didn't
And
see it.
right up the top of that closet, where there's a radio, is where there's a bunch of wine bottles.
Yeah, I didn't see it in that. I
And
didn't
the
see it.
menu is what says the happy hour and the wine price on it. And then there's a door that is in the restaurant back there. It's not a sealed wall. There's a thing around it that's a door.
Yeah, I'm going to go there and look. In terms of the menu, I can only speculate that maybe he's using the same menu. He's telling
Not the
me
same menu.
it's not. Well, then I don't know the answer. He's telling me because
And then a happy
I
hour.
specifically asked him, and we talked about the other window on Thompson. He said the same thing, that the only thing that goes out of that window is coffee. Again, I'm not there. I haven't seen it. I don't know. He tells me that he has not sold beer and wine out of that window. And if he is, that presents issues because of the requirements. I mean, if.
I mean, it can't be both ways. It can't be
It
part
can't
of
be
the
both
license
ways.
present
But if it,
purposes or
look,
not.
I
and
think it's a little unclear. And I think what was filed at the SLA can go both ways, but I don't know. I can only tell you from what I've seen. If in fact that space is licensed, I believe we will probably then include in the alteration application unlicensing that corner space so that it
I
would
mean,
be
it's
used
all
just.
branded. It has an awning on top of it that's Fellini. It's
Yeah,
It can be.
If it's
It-
unlicensed, then he's illegally extended his premises or he's serving alcohol without a license.
Assuming that he's selling the alcohol.
Well, he's storing it there. He has it on the premises. He's not allowed to do, period. I mean,
That may be. I don't have the answer.
I mean, every time something comes up, it's not right. I will read you a quote from his manager, even in the paper the other day, which is kind of astounding. Where was this quote here? Oops. He says the manager, Rodrigo Paiva, probably pronouncing that wrong. We try, but for restaurants to follow all the rules, it's complicated. He said, the manager said, we try, but for restaurants to follow all the rules, it's complicated. And this was an article, regarding a viral post of one of his employees addressing all the food safety problems at this location, which is also consistent with all the issues. Again, his own employees, and I think there was a follow-up. The employee's not even sure if he was fired or not. But, you can go take a look. I'm obviously they're well aware of this, but this is a consistent every single time. The basic rules, and this is why we encourage you to go there. I mean, he disregards your advice. I mean, that's just, and he's not here to address any of this. And, we've asked him to address this, and we've had these conversations every time. He says, next time I will follow the rules. And this is, again, this is going on years.
And just to go through the menu, because I took a picture of that when I was down there today. The one for the coffee has coffee, then it has drinks, just regular espressos, coffees, green juice. Then it has extras of the milk. Then it has food, croissant, chocolate roll, overnight oats, cookie, chocolate chip cookie. And then right at the bottom, happy hour, Monday to Friday, 4 to 6. Wine, $6, Pinot Grigio, Rosé, Prosecco, Montepulciano, and then Margarita Pizzetta, $6. So it's a totally separate menu than what he's doing for the restaurant space. So
Don,
don't,
I just have one.
go ahead, Katie.
I don't really have a question for you, Dawn, but this is a building that I know very well. Many of us know very well. And in the pictures that Donna took today, there's stairs going upstairs. So I wonder, and obviously he has access to the upstairs. So got to find out what's up there.
Yeah, because
Is he selling liquor there too,
that was not part. I mean, we can go back and forth over whether the corner was or was not, but the upstairs certainly was. And that stairway, that thing opens and there's stairs going up with everything. So, anybody else have anything? You done?
Thank you for your help on this.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Any new business? I think that's it. 7:30. And they're not gonna, somebody can't come in. So let's just take a break for a second and then we'll go back. I have her speaker card, yeah. Michelle is planned.
We have community research, 24 days a year. With research. They did do the outreach. Emails, they did. You know, yeah. So. I'm gonna put the information in there that was in there before. Yes. Get the residents forward. Only use it for a. We provide a service. We provide a service. Pretty clear about it now or in the future. Right. So and that's it. And I will do whatever I can to stick some of it. The way they read it says will not be finished any later than, and a lot of people don't want to come back. So a lot of people, which is understandable, but, you know. It's acceptance. It's a really, it's such a tiny state, but I feel like it's a better. Okay. It's a period. Yeah. Yeah. Where everything. Right. Which is why the concentration, the only thing I can see is that might be no place. Okay, so the next one is the 159 Thompson Street, Clam Bar. So, that's perfect. They move them out to the 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. So the 12 seats or 11 seats. 48 parties there. And they, you know, they have on there. And they down there. That's what happened 4 times a year. Take money per month. Yeah. This is running on reservation. Reservation. About reading this. Don't read the 9. They have. They would never have. I'll just down. Okay. We have it. And
A good result.
that on here. It's all above. Well, the 7. Running for use. Like for you. And they got the TCO. It's interesting. But I remember the part that I never. And your alteration. Yeah, and they come for an alteration instead. What is he labeled? He didn't label. There's, we denied. Yes, we denied this application in the first place. It was never. So they never. All these that are stuff out and that, we don't think they saw the resolution for the report. So. We have not.
So they got the license. In the interim, he applied for the license. So. And then he raised the statement.
There,
Well, to get the town, right?
they got the.
But then that was called. The full board, they denied the license based on the character of the defense of the applicant, which is very. Well, given the mapped out, part of that was here, but again, even with the application. And his attorney preparing the report. Believe the attorney didn't have the license is not some of it. In the corner, but in the corner, yeah, there's a menu right there. With alcohol. They've removed them and they're outside. But inside, he's received enough violation of the past before COVID even started for these exact issues. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, I've said this before.
And it was more extending into the side. We should read through, I did put in the package, it's not. But you should read through the two submissions we made, for the Soho station. Because it has all the time, it has a lot of the past resolutions on there, and it's.
And he personally said to me at our committee meeting, which was just before COVID began, that he would never do this. This was.
There was also this whole deal with all.
I
I've seen, and it's not fair to hold it against, and things that he did years ago, which, I was problem with that. And yet now he's back to.
And he made the same argument to me of the SLA last week to be unaesthetic, and he came to come back and talk to me for 10 minutes, telling me he had empathy, and that, I should not be holding a grudge, and, why am I doing it?
So I know.
Same thing, you're not following the rules. And you gotta just. Didn't understand. What is your-
So one of the. Which is the issue there, like. Well, if you never received anything. There was no. Stipulations agreement to unrestricted. So we don't even know.
And this is also, I mean, this was, it was previously not like.
And it's all.
Thanks so much. All right.
My mom is part of this. For the people, he's done this thing 75 and under because of the. And this, there's the people, so.
Yeah, they can get a letter of.
But they have.
Well, I don't know, they don't need to have it out. And simply confirm.
All right.
A letter of objection doesn't give you the freedom to do it. Confirming what you already.
But then when it says that they have. because that's the certificate of occupancy only shows 30 people and it's not for 75. Oh, and then the application, the alteration application, and the original. All are now. No, including the one that's just fine. So, I mean. Right, so. What about What doesn't matter, it's not enough. Time.
Yeah.
Thank you, and but they did that, like. Yeah, I think that's.
But the issues are not those issues here. The issues are the character and fitness. And the rules. And, even as managers.
And so, since they say that they have very normalizing all the. Why are they here?
Great.
Well, I. Demarcated the area. Say that that's the part. House is on the corner. And he's saying that from the original application, and then also that. He should do that. The direction. Well, we, that's.
The original one. The original diagram. The tip is storage. He's now saying it's not like. Shouldn't have been a problem. But it's on the original. And so. Also the snoring. Alcohol. Clearly, it's posted. Shows that they are. You know.
He's operating. He has.
That's a matter of the Catholics.
No, that's not. Because, you know, what does that say?
Says he's got a license.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you mean? What is the license?
Yeah.
A liquor license is the, you get authority to. Sell brothers. Each license is for days of service.
No, each license. It's actually for the bar. In this case, it's. And he does not have an additional license. He also. He is. Which is wrong. The alteration is to move it. The alcohol is stored, not where it's supposed to be stored, it's actually set behind the bar. He's storing alcohol as well as selling. So you suddenly start issue, even though we had he is not beyond the side to the outside. So his privileges are not all. He's doing so many. You should know. This
So
is
you're saying by selling it, coffee shop window, he was violating
even offering. Even offering. If you went up to it, and even if you ordered it from there, and it's delivered. From there, you're not supposed to. And so there's. The these are the same reason that PCA. Baby rocks. Is they which, so they have unequal. You just remember. That's just. So all these little nuances. All that you need to learn. It's the violation. And so. And then. It just doesn't even shut down because of refrigerators. And his own employees regulation. I mean, those are the things we roll. It's just, it's a role. You can't follow anything. So it's a lot more than just, you know, one thing, which is very understandable to work through on a beer and wine line. And to empower management. And so just adds up.
So. Should just deny the alteration, even though because we are.
Yeah.
You deny the application.
And ask them. No, I can't.
And you know, I can ask again. Ask again, maybe this time.
And the other thing that we don't want to include here is that we should mention is that we should have received. I understand.
Yes.
Those complaints.
Yeah. What do you look for? Yeah.
So they should have.
But it's the same thing, also, suggestion. Okay, new business, so. Let's have one thing. I'm gonna try to set up like an addendum or script form, the outdoor. Because. The second one, yes. Get about to be, I'll have something, just for. Previously had sidewalk cafe or. They follow like this. Or, you know, speakers to be music, also the attention only, and they will. Previously, to,
And, you know, and it's what then about, you know, comply with all the regulations.
yeah, comply with all the rules and regulations, I think program, we can, with the parent, New York.
Yeah, and then this is really how, I think, all the same. And the reason that this is going to be coming up is because the liquor authority said, okay, everybody has to start.
January.
And today, so what's going to happen is that as the number of times they can't apply. So DOT is probably January, February, so all of these they should be in place for the beginning of the production. So these are all very short. And there's really not a reason to review the majority of them. It's, you know,
I mean, if they fit in.
previously licensed.
7:45. Never seen. No, I know.